Alright boys, back in the video and today we're talking about if Jalen Green is going to become a future Houston Rocket because he's been showing some signs on basically social media and just basically showing some hints of him going to H-Town. So what's up, my name is Jae'sean. If you guys like the video, drop it below, press subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So I was scrolling on Twitter about maybe like a few seconds ago before recording this, and then right when I stopped at this one post, it just said like Jalen Green was posting some signs on social media and some hints talking about him going to H-Town. So the first picture was him throwing up an H on his fingers, and the second post was him just reposting a bunch of Jalen Green highlights on Houston Rocket pages. Now, if you know what that means, basically like Houston Rockets pages is basically posting Jalen Green highlights just in case, obviously if he gets drafted by the Rockets. So that's the sign right there. Him posting Jalen Green highlights on Rockets pages. I don't know how to explain it, but obviously, like, yeah, Rockets page is posting Jalen Green highlights, and then he's putting them on his story to reshare them. So, what this sort of like is kind of hinting at, or hopefully hinting at, is that he might be coming to Houston, man. So, honestly, as high as I am on Mobley, I mean, obviously, like my Mobley and Jalen Green controversy video, got a bunch of mixed like hate, and not really hate but mixed opinions. I mean, obviously, like as a basketball community, we're here to disagree to agree, man. So honestly, I mean, it doesn't really matter who gets drafted. I mean, I'm happy with either of them because honestly, Evan Mobley, 7-footer, rim protection, perimeter defense, someone that can shoot the ball at a decently pretty good clip, 30%. Jalen Green, really hyped up player, G League experience, man. Probably has the best experience in the NBA out of the G League, out of the rookies right now, and honestly, is probably gonna be a future scoring champion, probably a future. Maybe a future All-Star. I mean, I could definitely see him being a future All-Star. So, honestly, my opinions have changed a little bit because obviously, like, people in my comment section on the controversy video have pretty much persuaded me to like Jalen Green a lot. But the only thing that's holding me back from fully going full send for Jalen Green is Evan Mobley. Just his rim protection might be so useful for us in the future, because if we don't get Evan Mobley or a really good center in the offseason and we draft Jalen Green, then our interior defense is going to be absolutely none, because obviously it's going to be, I imagine we're going to trade John Wall in the offseason, so it'd probably be KPJ at the 1, Jalen Green 2, Tate 3, probably Kelly Olynyk at 4 if we decide to bring him back, and then Christian Wood 5. Like, Kelly Olynyk and Christian Wood aren't really known for their interior defense, so there'd be basically no rim protection, no interior defense, a little bit of perimeter because obviously Tate is a really good defender all around. KJ Martin, someone that can block at the rim. KPJ, pretty solid perimeter defense. Same thing with Jalen Green. He's a little bit not that great at defense, but can definitely get up there because his athleticism. And for the most part, Olynyk is pretty bad at defense. Well, not really bad, but not really known for his defense. So, yeah, just defense in general, our interior defense is not going to be really that good if you don't have Mobley. But obviously, Jalen Green, he can just develop defense later on in his life. I mean, well, later on in his career, because he's only, 19 years old. KPJ 21, Tate, he is 26, but he's already our best defender on our team. Same thing with Olynyk. I mean, he is 30, but he definitely can improve in the interior defense. I mean, he isn't that really known for his defense overall, but can definitely work on his interior defense. Same thing with Wood. He isn't a bad shot blocker, but his interior defense and perimeter defense is just not at the level I expect it to be. So, yeah, for the most part, our defense is going to be pretty lackluster for the most part. But obviously, if we get Evan Mobley, it'd be probably John Wall, KPJ, Jae'Sean Tate, what's his face? Christian Wood, and then Evan Mobley at the 5. So defense right there, Evan Mobley is probably going to be our anchor on defense. Same thing with Tate. John Wall, obviously being one of the best on-ball guard defenders in the league, probably the best shot blocking guard in all of NBA. KPJ pretty solid at perimeter defense, and Tate obviously really good all around for defense. So for the most part, it's really close between Jalen Green and Evan Mobley. I might honestly go for Jalen Green now just for a little bit because he provides so much scoring and athleticism to the team. Whereas Mobley, he has a ton of bust potential, well, a really high percent chance of being a bust, and honestly, just like his offensive game, like it doesn't match his defensive game. So I mean, same thing with Jalen Green, but his defense can be fixed in the future because his athleticism. Mobley, it really depends on his development because he's gonna grow into his body. He's 7 foot and 210 pounds. So Evan Mobley, it really just depends on who the Rockets value more. Do they value obviously like superstar talent in the future, all-star talent in the future, a scoring playmaker, or do they value interior defense that can help the team, or basically just hold the team down on the interior defense and the perimeter, be basically the anchor on defense. So for the most part, man, I mean, like, Evan Mobley, as good as he is, he's a 7-footer that can rim protect the rim. Obviously, he can also play defense on the perimeter. I don't know, man. Like, I'm still really good. I'm still on the Mobley train, but people are really making some good cases for Jalen Green. I mean, KPJ and Jalen Green, that's an absolutely electrifying duo right there. I really like KPJ and Green together. Honestly, just defense is going to be an issue. I mean, if you get Jalen Green while we still have John Wall on the roster, then it's going to be really tough to have some minutes put around. But there was some rumors going around, I think it was yesterday, talking about a potential trade between the Sixers and the Houston Rockets, where the Houston Rockets would send John Wall, Eric Gordon, and our 24th pick for Ben Simmons. Now, that would be a really good trade because, honestly, if you get Ben Simmons, there's no need to get Evan Mobley. Literally no reason to get Evan Mobley, so I'd be fully on Jalen Green if you get John Wall for Ben Simmons. So, for the most part, if that happens, it'd probably be KPJ, Jalen Green, Jae'Sean Tate, Ben Simmons at the 4, and then Christian Wood at the 5. Ben Simmons, he can basically run 1 through 5, which is actually pretty amazing. Small ball 5. I think he's like 6'10 guard. So for the most part, Ben Simmons could run 1 through 5. He just would be a little bit undersized for the 5, obviously, but probably for like small ball, which would be pretty cool. A little bit better than what we did last year with PJ Tucker being 6'5. Absolutely ridiculous. So for the most part, small ball would really work if Ben Simmons was on the roster and would run the 5. So I definitely would like to see that trade, John Wall, Eric Gordon, and our 24th pick for Ben Simmons, because we get to keep our 23rd pick and could get Daron Sharp in the draft for a backup center. So for the most part, Jalen Green would be absolutely amazing on the Rockets. I mean, I wouldn't lie. You guys are making some really good points on my comment section from the controversy video. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put it up in the cards. But yeah, for the most part, you guys are making some really solid cases for Jalen Green. And honestly, you guys are pretty much convincing me that Jalen Green should be on this roster. So I honestly agree with you guys. But for the most part, I still kind of want Evan Mobley, just for the simple fact that he gives us a lot of defense and can be very versatile on the perimeter and on the interior. So that's the end of the video. Let's get the video. Drop in below, press subscribe button, and mouthpiece.